Hi and welcome to Arsenal Fan Theory, where tonight I'll do a review of our quarter-final clash with Sheffield United. I'll also give my player ratings and then I'll do a quick preview of our Norwich City match in the Premier League. Okay, so obviously we came out 2-1 winners in this one. It was a really nervous match. It was a really good match. Obviously Sheffield came out being physical and I think the guys stood up to it. Well, where do I start? Obviously, when they scored that late equaliser in the dying minutes of the game, yes, I thought this is the same old Arsenal, never changes. But that's obviously until Danny Sabah stepped up. He scored that all-important winner for us, and yes, how happy was I. I think some individual performers on the day were Nicolas Pepe. Yes, he played well. He was very dangerous throughout the game. He was looking to create. He was looking to implement himself on the match, and he got that all-important penalty, and I think it was deserved. Well, the goal was deserved. Alright, Bukayo Saka, I think he played well again. Ever since he's been a regular in the first team, he's been real dangerous. I know he's been playing left back a lot before lockdown, but it seems that has changed. He's played 4 matches since we've come back, and all 4 looks to have been in different positions, but all 4 games he's played really well for me, Kieran Tierney, I think he had a really good game. I think he's built for the wing-back system. He likes to go forward and join the attack and get those crosses in. I think he had a few opportunities to get an assist on his name there. And then Mustafi again, I think he was quite solid. Didn't do too much wrong. Obviously, it was a lapse of concentration for the goal, but I don't think that has anything to do with Mustafi on the night. Alright. Well, obviously it's City next, and we all know what a tough one this is going to be. We already played them first game back on the Project Restart. We lost 3-0. And we obviously know how good of a team they have, so I think it's going to be a difficult one. But we'll get to that when we get there. But obviously that's going to be much more of a challenge, and I think we'll have to step up our game a lot if we were, anyway, to come close to beating City. But yeah, I think we were deserved winners on the day. I wasn't happy with the goal we conceded because it was such a soft one. It's the same with our defense. We didn't have too bad of a game in our defending, and it was just a lapse in concentration that gifted Sheffield the goal, And that's where I've also been saying I think Bernd Leno is more prone to stay big, to stay up. I think if Martinez did that again, it wouldn't have been a goal. But yeah, we can't blame him. It's just bad defending. Mixture between Robbo missing the ball completely and Kolasinac not being awake to it. Well, also saying I was surprised to see Kolasinac playing third centre back role. But yeah, we were victorious and we'll take it, doesn't matter how it comes. Alright, so let's move into some of the player ratings. Okay, so let's start off with goalkeeper Martinez. Obviously he conceded the goal, but I don't think it was his fault too much. And other than that, he had quite a good game, so I'll have to go for 7. Can't give him any higher than 7. I think it's quite generous already. And then let's go to our centre-backs. Let's go to David Luiz. Luiz, I'll give him a 6. I don't think he had a bad game or he did anything wrong, but he wasn't a standout performer, and our defense actually looked more solid when Holding came on. Next up is Shokredan Mustafi. Alright, so he's been very consistent for me under Arteta. I think he's played really well again, and I see him as our first centre-back, our first choice centre-back for the rest of the season. I'll give Musti a 7 as well. And then we move on to Said. I'm sorry, Said, but you're definitely not cut out to be a centre-back. It was probably something to get used to, but yeah, it wasn't a great game for me. I'd probably have to go with a 5. Moving on to our winbacks, Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Kieran Tierney, and wow, what a game they had. I think they both played really well, but let's start with Maitland-Niles. I think he played a good game. I think he was quite a big impact on Nicolas Pepe, why he was so involved in the game. It looked a lot better communication between the two of them than Pepe and Bellerin. So I'll give Maitland-Niles at least a 7. And I think I'll go the same for Kieran Tierney. A lot of people might disagree and say he needs an 8 because yeah, he did have a good game. A lot of people say he was our man of the match. But yeah, maybe work harder on finding the player on that final ball, you know. Yeah, we all know how good he is at crossing, how good his final ball is, but I think it was lacking maybe just a little bit against Sheffield on this occasion. Granit Xhaka, well, our two midfielders, let's go to Granit Xhaka. I'll give him a 7, like I said before. I think he really stabilizes our midfield. He didn't have a bad game, even though he didn't do too much to stand out either. Joe Willock, I'll have to give a 6. He didn't have the best of games. Felt like he disappeared a little bit and faded out of the game, but overall, not too bad of a performance. Now let's move on to our attackers. First, I'd like to start with Bukayo Saka. I think he had a really good game. He looks really dangerous for Arteta. I hope he signs a new contract, and he can be a big part of our club's future, you know. Saka 7, and then I'll go to striker Lacazette. For me, it wasn't the best game for Lacazette. I was surprised that he came off as early as he did. I thought he would get more game time. But yeah, it looked like his link-up play was really good again, but it never looked like he was even lifting up his head, looking at goal, trying to shoot. So for that reason, he has to get a 6. And then Nicolas Pepe, he was our man of the match to me. He looked really dangerous all game long, and obviously put away the penalty, so he'll get an 8. I won't go too much into the substitutions ratings except for Dani Ceballos. He scored the all-important match winner. I thought Pepe had given the ball away with a bad touch, and Ceballos stepped up, made the keeper come out, try and close down the angle, looked him in the eye and just picked his spot perfectly. And he did what he came on to do, you know, he made an impact, he scored the goal. So Ceballos, he wasn't on the pitch for too long, so I'll give him a 7. So let's move on to Norwich. Alright, so we're back in the Premier League facing Norwich City. What I expect from this game is for Arsenal just to try and keep up their confidence, to keep the momentum going. I think Arteta will go with a strong side. I think if we talk about his starting 11, it will probably be Martinez. Bellerin will be back. I think Holding and Mustafi. And then Tierney on left back again. I think in midfield it would probably be Xhaka again. Hopefully Torreira, but I don't see that happening yet. So I'll go with Ceballos. And then in front of them, it would probably be Mesut Ozil. And we'll have a front three of hopefully Nicolas Pepe, Alexander Lacazette, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. You know. So that would be obviously a strong 11, which I would like to see. I would like to see us keep going for the momentum, keep winning games, keep pushing for those European spots, and show them what we're made of. You know, we've been on bad form lately. We've had a bad season. So I expect the boys to fight and really show them that we're not a club just to lay down when it's tough, you know. So yeah, it's our first home game since we've come back from lockdown, and I think it might have a big impact to play. I think the boys Arteta will have them set up really attackingly and really try and impose our style of play onto Norwich. But I'm also expecting a fight back coming from Norwich, because they're in the relegation battle. They've got very tough fixtures coming up, and obviously everyone knows we've not been in the best of form, so there's no reason why they can't win it. But in this one, I think Arsenal pull it through. My prediction would be 3-1 again, the same as Sheffield, but it feels like the boys are starting to click again. Come on, you Arsenal!